All right, good evening and welcome to Andrew's the podcast. Real Talk Tuesday. If you can hear me clearly, please, if you don't mind, please hit that like button just to let me know that you can hear me clearly, that I'm coming through in HD.
This is a story of a traveling sales. And he was going around the country selling whatever. And whenever he was out of town, out of his hometown on a Sunday, he tried to find a little church to go to. And go to church on Sunday. So he was up north someplace.
All right, so I don't know what's going on with my video or whatever tonight, and I don't even feel like fighting with it. But anyway, welcome into Andrew's the podcast. Lots been happening this week. I know. And I'm gonna do my best to cover as much of it as I can, but just like the rest of you, I have other obligations and responsibilities that I have to see to. And so again, I do the best that I can. But I was able to catch what was a spectacular event. Let me see if I can find some of these videos over here. I'll play these. Maybe these will work better. All right, what are we doing here? I'll try to play this video one more time.
I'm here with Senator Ronnie Saab, South.
And it's not working out. Anyway. Great great event that took place here a couple days ago. It was the opening of the Black River State Park. Um and I was able to get out there and cover it. Of course, Governor McMaster was out there. All of your local leaders are out there. Um, and I got some great footage to show you, but obviously my internet is not cooperating tonight. So, and nobody's hit the like button yet. So I don't know if anybody can hear me or not yet. So I got to figure out a way to listen to myself here. See if I can hear myself over here. All right, let's do this, and then let's do this. That Must be everybody over on. No, I don't even have. Oh yeah, that's all YouTube. That's why that page is catching fire over there. I got to start tending to it. But yeah, first state park to open in South Carolina in 20 years, 20 plus years, and that was the Black River State Park that just opened down in Williamsburg County. Again, they had all the leaders out there, the county supervisor, uh, different council members, town and city. I mean, county and city. You also had Senator Ronnie Sabb out there, and then I saw some of those people from Georgetown County was out there. Um, yeah, it was. It was a crowd of esteemed individuals, you know. Again, there it is, the Black River State Park. Yeah, that's the only thing about this. Getting a lot of these damn bots from over here on YouTube. And so whenever they spam my comments like that, I just have to block them out of my comment section. So there we go. Yeah, Black River State Park just opened right there on 521, the Meadows track. And it is definitely a sight to see. Beautiful. It's open now. I would suggest you take yourself, your kids, your family out. Go out and enjoy nature this weekend. And I'm not getting paid to say any of this. I'm just excited about the fact that a state park has opened up where I live, where I'm from. Not where I live, but where I'm from. I mean, that park right there represents a major investment in conservation and tourism. Um, that day, some of your featured speakers, like I said, was Governor Ronnie Sabb. Governor Ronnie Sabb. Hey, maybe I'm projecting, Mr. Senator Ronnie Sabb, Governor Henry McMaster's, and again, local leaders and conservation advocates. One in particular was Miss Nikki Hilton from the Bronx, New York, who was a board member. You guys saw the interview that I did with her. Fascinating lady when it comes to this conservation thing, and look forward to working with her and her organization in the future as this thing continues to build out. Now, one of the things that I didn't notice that there was not at all, by no stretch of the imagination, was there enough media coverage for this. To the leaders in Kingstree, you guys really dropped the ball on that. I understand that this was a private event, but it was open to media, obviously. And the fact that TY News wasn't there, the fact that Kingstree News wasn't there, and this opened in Williamsburg County is just it's pathetic. Um, I'm glad everybody got their photo op with the governor and all of that, but when it came to media coverage of this event, it was myself, it was Spectrum, and that was it. There was no Georgetown County representatives. You guys were there. You got to get your photo op with the governor, but there was no media coverage from Georgetown County. Georgetown Times, Gab News, the Post and Curtain, nobody. None of them were there. None of them were there. And again, I'm a harp on Williamsburg County officials right now, because again, um, how else are you going to communicate this to your constituents? Are you going to go by and individually talk to each one of them? Was that the plan? Because a lot went on there, and pretty much it was a media blackout, which leads people to have that attitude of whatever, you know what I mean? Because they don't feel involved anyway. So that would be a question that I would definitely ask somebody from Williamsburg County. Why wasn't the news there? Why wasn't TY News there? Or has TY News become Court TV? And all he's interested in is court cases now. So but that's why platforms like Welcome to Andrews, the podcast, Welcome to Andrews, and Real Talk Tuesday, with the show Real Talk Tuesday, is very important. And we'll be there. You know what I mean? Even though you won't hit the like button, we will still be there. Now let's talk about something that had people in Georgetown County fired up a couple weeks ago. Because also out there, I saw Councilman Ernie Cooper. He came up, shook my hand. I was actually expecting him to um, say a little bit more, after I had those choice words for him. And the way he did it was very, very disappointing, man. Very, very, very disheartening for somebody like myself. I'm very tribal, okay? So I rock with the people who, you know what I mean, I rock with. And yeah, it was councilman, that was just weak, very weak. Um, I guess you feel you don't owe me any explanation as to how you vote and why you vote. You don't owe the people any explanation as to how and why you vote. But to sit, right? Um, and I know you're not, a street guy. You're not from, you never did that kind of thing or whatever. But just as a man, right? Um, for you to whisper whatever you whispered into uh what's the name of that whatever that councilman's name is from over there in the district from your colleague on the county council. I don't know if you was like, hey, that's the guy right there, that blah blah blah, whatever it was. Whatever it was, man. Whenever I looked away and looked down, I was very disappointed, man, because that was weak, man. Yeah, that was major weakness, bro. That councilman who you buddy with, he wasn't out there on Jones Avenue, Jones Avenue with you when you was getting elected. He wasn't walking around in Sampit when you was getting elected. Nor was he sitting in Arnie's the other day with you and whoever that other lady was. Not saying that you were doing anything bad, but I think you were doing some business. I got the pictures. But that was a weak play the other day. You think I would have had a problem with you being, hey, bro, let me pull you to the side. That's what I was expecting. Man up. Because the way it looks now is like you're doing what Everett Carolina did when he was in office. The difference is, unlike the people that watched him do the things he did, I don't have to sit there and I'm not going to sit there and sit quietly while I watch you wreck your political career. Less than a year. In less than 1 year. Again, you don't owe me no explanation. Fine. You pretty much, again, sitting there, yeah, it was just disappointing. Very, 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 very disappointing. Very disheartening. But you know what I mean? We'll move on. And we'll get past this just like we get past everything else. So again, the people that put you in, they already ready to move you out. So fortunately, they got to wait to this time. But I see you're don't get caught. Don't get your hand caught in the cookie jar. Don't get your hand caught in the cookie jar. And that's what I see because you're. I don't know, man. It was just weak. That little whispering to him, and then after you came and shook my hand, you walked back over there and whispered to him. I don't know what that was about. What was that? Was you pointing me out to him? Hey, that's him right there. You know what I mean? Because I mean, it wouldn't know. What is it? I have no this peace. Don't get it. Don't get it fucked up. Like there's peace. I don't have no ill will towards you. So you coming to shake my hand like if there was ill will toward me. Because sir, if there was ill will, when you whispered in that guy's ear or whatever you whispered and walked toward me, I would have took my camera and bust your head open with it if it was, you know what I'm saying? But I'm not even on none of that kind of time. So, but just as a man, don't do that kind of gay shit. Just whispering and then talking. I don't know, man. I'm gonna get off that because that's a touchy subject for me right now. It's just disappointing, man. I believed in you, dog. I believed in you. All right, man. And listen, while we are talking about accountability, let's zoom in for a minute and talk about what's happening on the global stage because you know America's media propaganda machine works very well. They can ramp it up, they can tamp it down, they can run distraction plays. The American public is open for whatever play they run. The media runs on them, and so we're going to talk a little bit about this a war that continues to churn, and as it goes on, we're not looking good at all in this. When I say we, I'm talking about the American people, America, because this is not a war that anybody wants. Everybody knows why we're in this war, and we shouldn't be there. Um, but because of this one little tribe, there we are. So let's talk about this because again, this is all about the Strait of Hormuz. And again, we were supposed how we can't take this little spot right here, y'all. Get in the comment section if you know anything about the region, the terrain, or anything, and explain to people why it's so hard with all the firepower and everything that we got. Why can't we control this little pathway right here, the Strait of Hormuz? Anyway, the ongoing conflict continues to escalate uh, tensions globally again because of this little region right here. Multiple regions remain unstable. The Middle East tension, Russia and Ukraine war, U.S. military presence expanded in the region. Um, One thing that we got to remember is that wars aren't abstract. They affect U.S. policy, military families, and economic stability. When politicians talk about war, like Lindsey Graham, they're talking about American sons and daughters. And I don't think Lindsey Graham understands or cares that every time he talks about wars, he's talking about putting somebody's son and daughter in uniform in harm's way. Something that he'll never do. Yeah, the situation is not getting any better, and Israel is getting rocked right now because they can't defend against all of the missiles that Iran is shooting, and despite the fact that every day we're talking about how dominant we are and we have weakened their nuclear capabilities and uh, attack their missile sites, and I wish I had one of those little funny memes that's going around. Yep, 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 yep. But anyway, tomorrow, not tomorrow. I was supposed to do it today, but some things got rearranged and schedules got changed. Um, there is a person that is running for Roger Kirby's seat, and that's going to be House seat, I think 101. Let me make sure here. Give me a second. I think it's House seat 101. But I have an exclusive interview. Again, I couldn't make it today, guys, so I apologize, or I would have had that for you tomorrow. So we got to push that back a little bit. But there is a lady who recently filed by the name of Cheryl Lane. Um, she's a assistant professor, I guess, for 10 years through at Clemson University in Francis Marion. But I know I've been following her. She's a staunch fighter for the environment in Williamsburg County. When I had a conversation with her, she said, her plan was to be home baking cookies, what I mean, for her grandbabies and chilling, but she's still feeling that call. And yes, it is official. She says she's a candidate for the South Carolina House seat 101. And those elections are going to take place on June 9th. So I'm thinking I got to get back with her tomorrow. No, it'll be before the weekend, guys, that I'll sit down with Miss Cheryl. Very, very interesting person. I think we're, you know, like-minded individuals on a lot of different topics. And I think it's going to be, I think you all need to meet her. Again, platforms open to Mr. Roger Kirby. I know he'd probably be campaigning, and he'll have, uh, be wanting to get in front of some people too. So he's definitely welcome to come over here and do the same thing. But yeah, before we do that, we'll definitely get to Miss Cheryl one day this week. We'll sit down with her. So if you live in that district that's going to be affected, House seat 101, where it's currently occupied by Roger Kirby, please, if you got any questions, send them over to me so I can ask her. And look forward to doing that. So. But hey, listen, guys, I just had to bring you something tonight. I was not prepared at all today. It was a crazy day for me. I literally reached out to the mayor probably 2 minutes before I went on the air, so I wasn't expecting him to pop in. And but we'll get back together, and because I definitely want to bring him on and have him talk a little bit more about the direction that this park is moving. And one thing I did learn when I posted that video with the governor, people were polite, but they were, bringing up a lot of questions about PFAs, PAS, PFAS, I guess, chemicals in the water and contamination about the river. They were like, "Hey, that's nice." Blah, 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 blah. I don't know these things, so and I know Miss Cheryl has been doing a lot of work on this, so we're gonna hear the other side of these conversations, I guess. So I look forward to sitting down with her here coming up. Again, any of you other candidates who are hearing my voice, this platform is open. Don't come on here lying to these people. Please. Thank you.